people. This your girl, Lady E, coming live from Exquisite Radio at the Billion Ears Studio. I'm repping my hometown. I'm here to spotlight a good friend of mine. Fans call him Asa Luke. Some friends know him as A1, and he's definitely A1. Definitely all good in the hood.
What it do?
What's happening? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you feeling?
Good. I'm doing good.
That's good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So would you like to start off by sharing with, your audience some of the things that you've been working on?
Yeah. Got some new music releasing. For the fans, I'm gonna be dropping more frequently. So, but this is something that I'll be first releasing right here. It's called Whole Vibe.
Yeah. That's a look. I turn that shiny shot down in the background. I like this, man. And the boo, what it do?
And I got the beat that's from us.
Lights, camera, action, it's a whole vibe. I went to the top and I can't nosedive. Baby, I'm a best, don't miss your whole prize. Pull up to the game and I said courtside. Yeah, lights, camera, action, it's a whole vibe. I went to the top and I can't nosedive. Baby, I'm a blessing, I miss the whole prize. Pull up to the game and I said courtside. Pull up to the game and I said court. She want flowers, she want roses when that dating stage the court. I sympathize with you, I show remorse. Yeah, who gon' do it better, baby? Leave that to your choice. See, I do it for the ones ain't got no voice. In the trenches, feel tension, but I'm different, I know it. It's an emergency, 911 Porsche. She got me racing, I'm fading, I'm spacing. Lights, camera, action, it's a whole vibe. I went to the top and I can't nosedive. Baby, I'm a best, don't miss your whole prize. Pull up to the game and I said courtside. Yeah, lights, camera, action, it's a whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe.
Sounds like a good little
A whole vibe. Yes.
Sounds like a good vibe. And before we get into it, I just want to shout out, like you said, Billionaires Studios and my boy Steph C.
That right. So, Asa, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me how you got started in the music industry.
I've been making music, so I grew up in the church, so
Okay.
had those Sunday specials like lead singer. So
Okay.
I was recording, well not recording like it's a shorty. That'd been crazy. No, I've been doing music since I was little.
Okay.
Grew up in the church, and then I moved originally from Chicago. Moved to Atlanta like 03. So went to middle school and high school out here, and probably like around high school I started actually recording myself and making music. So
Taking your craft a lot more seriously.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, we've been knowing each other for a few years now. It's been a little minute. So I've seen your music. I was introduced to your music from, Bounce Back, One Button. And there was another video that I really, really liked. What was the name of that song? Where it was a video when you had it was doing the George Floyd.
Black Man.
Black Man. Yeah.
That was very that was an interesting time. I actually made the song after we was out there in the riots in Chicago.
Oh wow.
So that we came back in that night. It was and then I was that's the first thing it was on my mind, it was on my spirit, so it's that's what I want to rap about, and it came out like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, shot the video out here in Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shot my boy Marco Steve.
So
it was a good production.
You got a nice little team behind you in Atlanta.
Got to.
For
Always.
sure. That's what's up.
Atlanta second home base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the first home base?
The Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. You gonna always rep.
That's the crib.
Hometown.
That's the crib.
Home team. I feel it. Right. So, as I was looking on your Instagram, I noticed that there was a change, a transition from the bounce back, from the twerking, shaking your ass, real girls get down on the floor, to, this transition and growth into where you're going now. So can you tell me a little bit more about what prompted the change in your journey?
I feel like God sits you down sometimes. That's what like happens. Like you have a season where He brings you closer to Him and separates you rest from the world.
Amen.
So I was dealing with a lot of relationship issues too as well. On top of that, things on my end and other people's end. So majority on my end, just a whole lot of things going on at once. But to step back and look at it was really God bringing me closer to Him.
Yeah.
So I was just called to be a preacher.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was always called to originally be a preacher, and music is just a gift that I use as a vehicle. So I kind of strayed away from that because I don't want to be like typical quote unquote like suit and tie, go to church,
right?
And like, cause I relate to more people like us. So I feel like that's more of my ministry. So during that time, I was by myself. Yeah, thank you. I was by myself. Traveled around the world by myself. I actually went to Brazil, and they say that if you're able to be by yourself, you're actually like a strong person. So
absolutely, I completely believe in that. I completely believe in going on your journey solo.
Exactly.
Definitely, so you can get clarity about a lot of things that you may be going through in life, and just making sure you're in a clear headspace to bring forth clarity and being able to just vibe, just be a whole vibe by yourself and just loving yourself. So that is absolutely great.
Yeah, that clarity word is one thing I was getting during that whole time, was getting some clarity, like what my mission and my purpose. So. So definitely, so with that change, I definitely had to make a redirection in my music too as well.
Okay.
So, but still, when I feel like my audience and my people I want to reach are like the people, like I said, like us.
Right.
So wrapping that message up in a way where it's palatable for like them to get it and receive it though.
Receive the message.
Yeah,
receive
exactly.
the message.
Exactly. So that's kind of that, like in a nutshell, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
So what is the message that you would like to portray to your audience using the platform that you have been blessed with?
First thing is to inspire. I want you to inspire people to be the very best person, the very best version of themselves. So and to inspire and at the end goal, because we gonna be here one day and y'all gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Everything, even the music, the dope music, the clothes, jewelry, the houses, the loves and the laughter, that's gonna be gone too. So at the end of the day, it's about your soul. So whatever I do, we can all have fun. I want to all have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Turn up, whatever the way it must be. But at the end of the day, I want to bring some souls to the kingdom. So
Amen.
That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal.
That's
so wonderful. That's what the message is. So through my music, through my trials, my tribulations, what I'm going through currently, past life too as well. So I still speak on my past situations, the lifestyle I was living. It's just the way I'm wording it and putting it out now.
Yeah, it definitely makes you relatable to a lot of people in our generation, in our culture. Knowing that a lot of people have had a, kind of Rocky Balboa history, and they kind of have that little tussle relationship with Christ, with God, and how certain things and situations pretty much kind of humbles you, sit you down, and make you realize that there's more to life than what is on the surface. So, and speaking with that, what do you feel like you want to focus on in your ministry? I mean, do you want to focus on, let's say, the children, the youth? Do you want to focus on, like love and marriage, promoting that type of lifestyle? Do you want to promote, let's say, nonviolence, like Martin Luther King? Like, what are you focusing on in your ministry?
I feel like that's a great question too, by the way. I feel like what I want to focus on is turning that light switch on to the people that's in the dark. That's my whole aim, goal, and focus in my ministry. So those people that's the lost.
Yeah.
People don't know have the direction, because I feel like a lot of people are searching for they have a void that they need filled, and they might fill it with different vices, different whatever the case. That's how I was. Just so I still got things I'm going through. So, so that's my ministry. I just want to speak to the lost.
Yeah.
And having whatever color, shape, form they are.
I think it's important to highlight that struggle. Like I said, having those highs and lows and those ups and downs, where you bring people closer to the light, because it's not going to always be sunshine. I mean, in rainbows, it's going to be some cloudy days and some rainstorms. So I think that being able to be transparent about your journey is going to help you bring in those people into the ministry and bring them closer to the light. So that's one of the things that I definitely wanted to highlight and spotlight, because I feel like our culture, our generation, with the millennials, the Gen Zers or Gen Xers, they need to be able to witness positivity, progressiveness, and Black excellence, most importantly.
Most definitely Black excellence. Yeah, but being transparent, like you just said, that's another thing. I don't want to be somebody that's like. That's why I never took down like my old videos and stuff.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I come out like when I get known or get more recognition and notoriety, they just think I'm just this one way.
Right.
Or I was just always this type of way.
Yeah.
No, I want to keep it raw, regular. Like, this is where I came from. This is who I am now. Like, and even while I'm doing it, I want to be open and transparent, because we all fall. Like, we all go slip up. So I don't want to be like, I'm so model. Like,
right. And you notice that sometimes people, they definitely try to wipe away the history that they have. For instance, some of the girls with BBLs, they try to take down their pictures pre-BBL, and they try to remove everything about them, which makes it so fake, which makes it so just not believable.
Exactly.
And so I feel like if people were just more honest and transparent about their journey, they would have a lot more people on their wave, on their campaign. So I really admire the fact that you are being transparent about the things that you dealt with in your past and how you're working towards changing that around for the future.
I appreciate that. You said relatability, and I feel like that's what the transparency is going to bring.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be like you mentioned, like the girls with the BBL. So a lot of stuff on Instagram that's fake or whatever. I was a part of that too as well. Like, a lot of cap. There's a lot of cap. I know it's a lot of cap, making it look good, but being transparent, being real, because you don't want to be like, how people get caught up like in the long run, like all these old stories of them come out, and like, oh, this guy was doing this with this or whatever the case may be. I want to keep it a buck from the jump. So
keep it 1,000.
Yeah, so you don't be like down the line. Oh, nah, we ain't gonna listen to him no more because he was doing this and X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. You don't want people to pull your card and be like, I remember when you were doing X, Y, Z, or you look like this and you look like that, but now you're trying to dress it up and make it real for them.
Because people definitely got receipts. It's receipts.
They do. They definitely got receipts.
A lot of that stuff that was did in the dark will come to light. So
all
you
the
might
time.
as well just don't fake the funk. Just keep it running.
Exactly. I feel like you will get more people to really support your campaign because they see your growth and they see, what you used to do to what you're doing now in the direction that you're heading down. But I feel like it is important to make sure that you don't allow people to bring you back to that place. You kind of set those boundaries. I think that should be one of the words for 2023, boundaries, and being able to maintain those boundaries.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's something that I'm definitely going to incorporate moving forward, is just setting the expectation, setting those boundaries so that people know that, that was the old me, but this is me now. And so you're going to respect it moving forward, So with that being said, how do you remain focused? How do you remain grounded and not be tempted by fleshly just natural things that come to mind, as far as, we talked about offline, we talked about living a sober life, living a life that's free from drugs and alcohol. And I'm not saying that, everybody can do this, but this is a strong man right here who's strong-willed and dedicated to that transition. So how do you remain focused? What do you do to make sure that you don't fall back into your old ways?
I feel like I just turned off my own switch. I just turned it off. I ain't doing it no more. Like I could quit stuff cold turkey, and thank God for that. But it's like my will. But I do feel like we all have that same willpower, because we might show that in different aspects in our lives. Like with that, I was like, I just don't want to smoke. I don't want to drink no more, and it was just like, I ain't doing that no more. And how do I stay focused? It's just by the grace of God, really just read my word. But then you definitely get tempted. Like I'm out there in LA, you know, so everybody smoking.
Right. It's legal.
Yeah. So it's just like up to you as a person, like what you choose to do, and in your heart. You definitely gonna have your thoughts, you know, just like with anything, with any other temptations, they gonna cross. We human.
Right.
You gonna have thoughts and all this stuff. It's just what you choose to do at the end of the day. So,
are there certain activities like going to the gym, meditation, yoga, Pilates? I know some people talk about those types of things.
To some yoga or some Pilates.
Yeah, hiking, you know, just kind of becoming one with nature. Like what are some of those activities that you participate in?
Like you said, go to the gym. I feel like doing that whole time, like everything just switched. Like I'm about to start working out, and I was just like consistently just working out, and that relieves a lot of stress. Gets you focused for the day too as well. And then like you say, like hiking and running and those things, like just taking care of the body naturally.
Right.
But then, like, I was actually talking to my mom through the other day yesterday, because I actually ain't been dedicated how I've been, but I'm still kind of focused. But it's like, you can't just feed your body naturally and not feed it spiritually.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like, once you start doing whatever you do, for me, I read my word. For whatever the person does to edify themselves spiritually, I would like them to do, bring them over to what I got going on.
Yeah.
But whatever they do spiritually to cleanse their mind and keep them focused, if you will see when you stop doing it and then you get back into it, you feel like a car that was on E. It's like, dang, like where this been? Or like if you don't drink water, right?
Right.
You ain't been drinking water for a long time, and you start drinking water, it's like, dang, I was thirsty, but spiritually, that's what it feel like. So definitely
Is there any one person, or is there any story that resonates with your spirit out of the Bible? Like maybe, you know, the story of Joseph or Abraham or, you know, King Solomon. Is there any Elijah? Is there any particular person out of the Bible or any story that resonates with you that you connect with spiritually?
Yeah. It's a passage in John where Jesus is washing his disciples' feet. And this is their master and their leader, and he's bowing down, washing their feet. You know, and one of the disciples, just like us, is like, oh no, you ain't gonna wash my feet. You the person I'm following. And he was like, nah, I'm showing you humility, basically. If I don't wash your feet now, then who else will? And basically was just showing you that we're supposed to be serving, it's like, to others. Okay. And if our leader's serving us, and you know this is God on earth, and he's coming down us to wash our feet. I think the people at that time, like, they walked in sandals, so their feet was dirty. So you think he had to going around and wiping all his disciples' feet. So just that story sticks out the most because humility was something I had to learn during that transition too as well. Absolutely. And humility is like the opposite of pride. And I feel like humility in action, because everybody say, oh, that person's so humble because he's quiet, or that it's cap. Like, because somebody can be quiet when on the inside they got like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, but humility in action is actually serving someone else. Yeah, absolutely. That's why they're actually putting your stuff to the side and looking out for your brother, sister, neighbor, whatever that my case may be. Right. So that story when, Jesus washing the disciples' feet is one of my top ones. That resonates with your spirit. Yeah, and I think that ego definitely plays a big part into people's downfall. I feel like, you know, that because people cannot put their pride to the side, cannot become humble. There's a lot of celebrities that we see more recently with the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation. I feel like there were a lot of egos that were being played back and forth that kind of took control or took over that situation. And I don't really want to take sides about who's right or who's wrong, but all I do know is that there were some huge egos that was walking around
and somebody had to get deflated eventually. Like somebody just the air had to come out because it was just too much. So what are, some of the ways that that you feel like you serve others? Is it through your ministry, through sharing your gift with people, whether it be, and also what are your plans in the future to not only just record music, but actually like physically giving back? Like what would you like to do?
So just like you on the road, like what you just said, just my ministry and my music, which is one and the same too. Like I try to separate, it's actually one and the same. So it's a gift that we are born with different gifts and talents, and we supposed to double those talents, like it said in the Bible, and service the people with them.
Absolutely.
So doing that and going forward, like actually me and my cousin in LA now, like we go out like on certain Sundays and just get back to the homeless.
Okay.
Just randomly, just like going. He just actually just recently. First we was doing like chips and sandwiches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we have more and but now just recently he was like, no, I'm about to make them some fried fish and like some home cooked.
That's wonderful. Yeah, making them a plate.
Your whole plate. I was like, cuz you really doing it. He's like, they gonna remember you for real. So that's what I just doing right now as what I'm able to do. So just going out to the homeless. Oh yeah, ministering to them too as well. So listening to what they needs and then praying for them too as well. So
that kind of gave me an idea about kind of just having like a little food truck and giving them plates, but also feeding their spirit with the word.
Exactly.
So I think that's awesome. Just making plans. So and speaking of that, where do you see yourself, or what would you like to accomplish within the next 5 years? What's on your bucket list?
I'm going to school to be a minister too as well. So I just want to fine tune that. Not just to be behind the pulpit, but I know that comes with it. But I just want to be able to articulate the Bible on whatever level. Like somebody super smart, super articulate to somebody that's really just like don't know nothing. Like, but I'm able to abound into a base. Like I'm able to go in any walks of life. So I'm able to articulate in a way. So that right now is what I see what I'm actually doing. And but then as far as my music, man, I want to tour. I want to tour. Yeah, that's still the goal, still the same. Yeah. I still want to tour, still want to reach a lot of people, still want to be effective and then leave my impact too as well. So yeah.
That's what's up. That's definitely good motion that you got going on there. So
gotta have some motion. In
saying that, in your journey and within your transition, have you noticed friends or family that have kind of gone against, or basically like, nah man, you're doing the wrong thing, or I don't think you should do that, or
Never.
Oh good. That's good.
It's because even though like some families do what they do, like, because I come from that, so some might be still in that. Right. You'll be surprised. People respect when they see this, what you own. When it first initially happened, like a lot of like, that Asa done switched up. Like he's like whole different. Like they don't know what to do. Like people start acting weird around you. Or I can't cuss around him. Right. Nah, you can be yourself. You can do it. But then like one thing I noticed is, I'm gonna say this before we go on. When you make a change for yourself, you'll be surprised the people that's close to you that start making changes for themselves.
That's good.
Without even like you were impacted, like I would just see my friends or just seeing like my family members just start posting different quotes, or I catch them reading the word just in the morning, or I just like just hear they language change and different stuff, and I know that it was like from them watching what God's doing through me. Yeah. So like you don't know how much impact you got on others to like make that change. So that just goes for anybody, whatever you're doing. Like if you want to just start building a business and you just take it serious, and you start seeing your family members like, man, I need to get on my business tip too. Yeah. It just rubs off naturally. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Being an inspiration to others.
Exactly.
And so that's one of the things that, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to spotlight and I wanted to highlight the things that you're doing in your career, because I want to perpetuate positivity. I want to perpetuate progressiveness. mindsets to our culture, to our generation, because there's so much wickedness, there's so much evilness that's being fed to our spirits and to our mental, even subconsciously, we're not even realizing it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be, you know, and along with yourself, to be that light to guide people towards the right direction of righteousness.
Facts,
on
facts,
that journey.
Facts.
So, you know, if you want to leave us with something for your audience to be able to vibe with, to be able to, you know, relate to, what would you like to leave?
Just be expecting new music, of course, and I just want to encourage everybody that's out there, you know. And whatever y'all going through, just know it's a God up above that get you through any situation.
Amen.
We not perfect. Whatever you struggling with or whatever you dealing with, that you know there's somebody out there, you know, that's able to listen to your problems. And we all are human and we make mistakes and we bounce back and we come back from that. So
That's right. That's your testimony.
exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I love this interview though too though. I know it's blessed plenty and many more though.